Hello, welcome to another Premier League predictions video. I am here with Darren and Chris.
Good evening.
Good evening.
A very poorly Chris.
Yeah, I'm going to sound like Barry White on this one.
Sympathy in the comments, please.
Thank you.
So, right, let's go straight into it because we keep making these videos longer and we're trying to make them shorter. So, last week's
the away wins,
results.
please.
I don't think Darren's got all of the away wins, and I don't think Chris's bet won. Bet safe. Sunderland Forest was. There's zero chance I've gone for a 5-0 Forest win. Would you look at that? You would have gone for a Sunderland win, though, right, Daz?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trouts and first half.
Fulham Villa. I was left with this, but I also think I might have called it, saying that I would have picked it because of the Europa League stuff, and I just fancy Fulham. So we'll take that. Wasn't particularly inciting, I don't think, but Liverpool Palace. I didn't pick Liverpool to win, that's for sure.
No.
But Chris did. Oh, look at this. We're just spreading the love, guys. Right, West Ham Everton. This had everything about it. I was so close to being. I was so close. The 92nd minute. Ah.
Did you die, mate? Did you die?
Right, Wolves Spurs. This is a Darren away win.
Called it.
Just about.
Yeah.
This is an Arsenal one. Yeah, that's pretty
standard.
obvious. And then finally, Man United won, and I think I went for Brentford. I went for a draw. Chris extends his lead.
Let's go, boys.
I weren't going for the away wins. I would have took
2,
United win.
1. Well, good luck to me this week, because that was dreadful.
It's time for the wheel.
It is. Here it is. Here it is. Who wants to go first this week? Anyone?
I don't.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Let's see what's decided.
Chris can have it.
Darren gets it.
Right.
Go on, Daz.
Followed by. Oh.
Chris. No, it's going to tick over, isn't it?
Me?
Oh, is that like 1 pixel? By 1 pixel, Chris gets it.
Let's go.
Darren, Chris, can we not have that language on the podcast, please? My goodness. I haven't decided what kind of a podcast we want to be yet.
You'll be okay.
GCJ. Oh, Daz always gets the Liverpool games.
Oh, yeah, great. This is the 1 week where anything could happen.
Right. Let's crack on, shall we? So, Leeds versus Burnley, Friday night football. Darren, who's going to win and why?
I think Leeds are going to win. Burnley down and out. This Leeds win probably definitely keep them safe. They're probably pretty much there already, but this will probably just cement it a bit more. Burnley.
Will Burnley have their new manager in? As we're recording this, it was earlier today that Parker's left, and I don't fully understand the timing, if I'm honest, because they've been relegated for
mutual agreement
a while, and the only thing I can think of is if they're looking to get next season's manager in early to sort of just bed him in a little bit before the summer, before the World Cup. Yeah.
Just to see what he's dealing with.
But if you're Scott Parker, and obviously this was a mutual decision, so to agree to that, you're probably just asking for a certain number, right?
Yeah.
I'll leave so that the new guy can come in for X 00000. Chris, you gonna back Burnley or are you gonna take a draw?
Leeds are pretty safe now, aren't they? There's not much they can.
I mean, if they lose and the others win, it could drag them into it. But in
Yeah, but
theory, at the
still,
minute, they're looking good.
you'd fancy them to take the win. Can Burnley bounce back into the Championship next season? Possibly not. Could be a bit of a dead rubber, but I'll take the draw and the
Which leaves
Cha-
me, Chris, you just cut out, mate, for me during that.
Sorry, I said I'll just take the draw because I don't think Burnley will win, but they might be able to hold them out.
Fair. I wouldn't have gone for a Burnley win, but there is a bit of me that it's not necessarily a new manager bounce, but even though they've been relegated, Scott Parker's going to want them playing a certain style, and it's probably quite regimented and quite coached into them. Now they don't have anything to play for and don't have a manager. Do they just think, F it, we're just going to go and have a blast? And it's those games that are maybe the most dangerous ones for Leeds, especially because Leeds can't afford to lose this game. So maybe. Christopher, you get to go first on what's a pretty good game, let's be honest.
It's a huge game to play.
Brentford, West
still
Ham.
pushing for Europe,
So yeah, this
even though they lost last time out. West Ham
Need
could
to
put
win.
themselves 5 points clear. Where do I see this going? I think Brentford are sort of chilling now. I think Europe's a bit of a bonus for them, whereas West Ham are still scrapping for the life. So I'm going to take the West Ham win, please.
ooh,
I'm going to go against my
that is
judgments that I've been doing all season,
spicy.
but I fancy West Ham.
I think. Oh, what would I understand
I've
why
gone
you've
West
taken
Ham.
that. I understand. I'm gonna go for the Brentford one because I just think that they're a really good team, and Keith Andrews should win Manager of the Season already. And I just think the Brentford getting Europe when everybody and their dog wrote them off is pure poetry, and I loved. It's the romantic in me that wants that. Darren, you get a draw.
No, we all want to see Spurs get relegated. That's
No,
what
we-
Yeah,
we
that's
want
why
to
I've
do.
gone West Ham, to be fair.
No, we don't. Draw does fine.
Yeah, it's a point for West Ham in it, so
True.
I can see them. Yeah, I can see anything in this game, to be fair.
Newcastle, Brighton. Now this is tough because Brighton are slaying at the minute. Newcastle are being slain at the minute, but they were
How is it
better against Arsenal, albeit they still lost.
Still
I get
couldn't
that,
score.
but they did do better. They're at home, and I want Eddie Howe to leave on a high. So I'm going for a Newcastle win.
Oh,
As much as I actually don't think it's going to happen, I fear Brighton are going to spank them. But I want Newcastle to win. I'm not in the title race, let's be honest, boys. So I get to play a little bit spicy.
You've been doing that all season, haven't you?
Well, you'd think so, based on how far away I am. Darren, what would you like, mate?
Oh, I would have probably gone for Newcastle.
Oh, okay, that's surprising.
oh, what? You guys smoking something?
Well, I openly admitted that I'm taking the punt here. I openly admitted that. Darren's just going, no, Newcastle.
Yeah. Come at me next week when Newcastle win. I'll go for a Brighton win, please.
It's
Newcastle
gone against
can't win.
everything you've said.
I
Well,
think
can't have
Newcastle win,
so
so I'll go for the other team.
I don't know.
Daz, you know
I'll
a
be right
draw is
somewhere.
available as like a middle ground, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm going to be right somewhere along the line.
Chris, you get the draw, mate.
Take the draw.
Would you
Newcastle
have
in
taken Brighton?
awful. Yeah, 100%. Saudis one out of all sports. So
Well, I mean, they want out of PIF, that's for sure. Out of Live, well, they're out of Live,
yeah.
aren't they? At the end of the year.
Well, they've not mentioned anything about Newcastle yet, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I would have took the Brighton win all day long.
Maybe they don't care about Newcastle because they're not allowed to put any money into it.
Yes, true.
Right, let's move on. Darren, a massive game again, equally as important. And it's quite interesting that Wolves, I know they're not going to be safe, but Sunderland were kind of in that Brentford window of fighting for Europe, but they've kind of sloped down. A win here
They are on the beach,
sort
mate.
of puts them back up towards that top 10 position. What are they going to do, Daz? Are Wolves going to do anything?
No.
Are they
They're
going to
gonna do
draw?
nothing. I feel like Sunderland are going to win this comfortably.
Sunderland
I
did
like
just
it,
get
but
absolutely hammered
yeah,
by
they learn from their
Forest.
mistakes.
They weren't great earlier in the season away, were they? Was it their home form that was smashing it?
Who's that? Sorry, Wolves or
Sunderland.
Sunderland?
I think Sunderland
Yeah,
had
it's their
wicked
home
home
form.
form, didn't they?
Yeah.
But it's against Wolves, right?
Yeah.
Respectfully.
Blaze already leaving.
Chris, who would you like?
Really want to go for another draw, but I'm going to have to. So I'm not picking Wolves, I'm afraid.
Good when you go for the same thing for all the games.
Is it?
Yes.
It's easier to track over the weekend.
It certainly is, yeah.
Well, I will go for the home win. You know what? I think there's a world where Wolves can win. Again, Wolves are essentially every player at Wolves now is playing. They're playing for a move to a Premier League team next year. None of those players want to play in the Championship, so this is their opportunity to try and cement a move to the Premier League. So, on a Sunderland, as you said, Chris, that they're not playing particularly well. They're sort of at the beach. This season is already a success, regardless of what happens now for the rest of the season. This season is a success because they were meant to get relegated and they haven't.
Exactly.
So it's a good season. Chris, you get Saturday night football, Arsenal against Fulham. Must-win game for Arsenal versus a Fulham fighting for Champions League football potentially. Not fifth, obviously, but they are in the race for sixth.
Yes.
Are
they are.
Fulham going to dictate this Premier League title? That's the question.
You know what? The obvious thing's to go for the home winner. I don't know. I
Do
think
you
I've got
trust
to take.
Arsenal?
Yeah, give me the home win. I'm just taking that just because it's the one to go for. Though I'm not confident.
You sort of
in it
have
at
to,
all.
don't you? Arsenal have to win that game. There's no ifs, there's no buts, there's no maybes. Anything except a win basically gives up the title.
Yep.
I'm
Second Champions League match.
I'm gonna go for Fulham because they exerted a lot of energy in the Champions League. They've got the second leg to think about. It's balanced. Again, it's another must-win game.
Well, they've got to juggle both, haven't they? So
And have they got the squad for that? I don't know, is the honest answer. They've got some incredible players.
they've got the best squad in Europe according to their fans. So surely, yes.
Well, yeah, but the eye test would suggest that it's not as wonderful as they think when Rice is playing almost every minute, when Zubimendi is playing almost every minute. They've got so many players that are playing a loads of minutes, which means they've got a brilliant 11, maybe not a brilliant squad. How many minutes has Norgard had?
I saw a stat today
Marino.
that Usman Dembele has only started 14 league games this season.
Yeah, because they rest him every time for the Champions League.
Yeah.
PSG have got they can afford to really genuinely rotate their team.
I think him and Doué have played less than 30 league games between the two of them.
Right, and Rice has probably genuinely played 90+%.
Something like 2,000 plus minutes.
Yeah, it's nuts. So they're going to have to rotate players in this game. There is a world where Arsenal don't win the Premier League, but maybe they win the Champions League, or at least get to the final and have a chance.
It's still a good season, but it's still a massive mess up on the league.
I don't know how Arsenal have a brilliant defense. We all know that. Is it brilliant enough to stop Bayern Munich or PSG? I'm not sure. Next year, by the way, we have to have a video just for Champions League games because we needed a moment to talk about the Tuesday game, but we can't on this video. But just know we all
100%.
agree it was bloody fantastic and we loved every second of
Oh,
it.
it gave me so much pleasure.
Darren, you get the draw. Is a 0-0 here a pretty good bet?
It could be.
Could be.
It definitely could be.
Neither team are exactly flowing with goals. Both teams have pretty good defences.
Shut up shop and just defend.
Arsenal just can't though, can't they? They at some
No,
point in that game they have to go and get a corner. Sorry, they have to go and score a goal.
They have to go
It's just
get a
not funny
goal.
anymore. They haven't once scored from a corner for Oh no, they scored in their last game. Before that game against Newcastle, they hadn't scored from a corner for ages. But it's funny again now. Never mind. Right, let's move over to Sunday. Bournemouth against Palace. This is easily a Bournemouth win for all the reasons I just said about Arsenal's squad and lack of depth. They're playing in Europe tonight. They have to put all of their eggs into the Europa Conference basket. The Premier League, they're not going to get relegated. They're not going to do anything in the table. They're going to finish 15th, 16th, something like that. And that's okay. More importantly, they genuinely could win the Europa Conference, which is bloody awesome. So come on, Palace, win the Europa Conference, give up the Premier League, which means the Bournemouth are going to comfortably win.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Darren.
Yeah, I can't see Palace winning this game, so I'm going to go for the draw.
It's worth noting as well, we have nothing against Palace. I think we all actually have a bit of a soft spot for Palace. But it's just understanding where they are this season at the minute.
I have no affiliation for Palace.
They're just not going to care about the Premier League, or at least they shouldn't care. They cannot let a Premier League game scupper their Conference League, Europa Conference ambitions. So, yeah, as Chris said, play the under-10s. Exactly, just play your under-10s. You may as well just not turn up. Just go Bournemouth. There's a 3-0 win. We forfeit. Don't even risk the travel in case someone stumbles on the getting on the coach or something. Just let it be. Yeah.
Stay in your bed. Don't get out of bed.
Chris, I guess we'll give you the win. Are you hoping on I don't know, win tonight, win at the weekend, a bit of momentum?
I'm hoping Glenn Murray comes back and scores an header, mate. I don't care. I mean, there is a world they could win it.
But not with their main team, right? Surely they must rest players.
There's going to be a few rested, I think, depending on the result of tonight, because the second leg is at home, so that's a benefit to them.
It helps they've got two pretty similar, pretty good, good level strikers. So Larsson can start one game, Mateta can start the other, right?
Sarr and...
Oh, mate, get on the bench. Don't even be on the bench.
No, listen.
Go into a sauna or something.
Sarr and Lacroix and whatnot could probably play because they're the sort of players that...
Yeah, but they're explosive and fast. You want them. You want to be wrapping their little calves and hamstrings.
But they're the type of players that need that consistency.
Maybe
time. They don't like the break.
They can't risk it. They cannot risk it. Wharton, Kamada, go home. Spend the night with your wife.
Just be kept in a box full of bubble wrap and
yeah, just the only player I want to see in this game that is going to play tonight is Dean Henderson. He's the only exception as far as I'm concerned. Munoz, go home.
They can pay me if they want. I'll go and play.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Give me £100. I'll play that game for you. It's fine. Just, it's not a problem. Right, let's move on. Darren. Game of the weekend? It's not the most important game. It's probably the least important big game. Because ultimately, if you finish third, fourth, or fifth, do you care? No.
Devastated that I'll be flying at that point. I'm going to miss this game. Oh no.
This is purely about pride, this game.
Rights.
So, Daz,
Liverpool are going to win.
That is a brave man.
Against them.
And you made an excellent point as to why, mate. Yeah, fair. What's the insight? Why? Why are you going
to win?
Isak's going to tear him apart.
Why is he going to tear him apart? What's he done?
They've got Maguire in defence.
Who's been really good recently.
He has been good for Carrick, we've got to be honest.
Isak scored last game.
He's
finding his feet.
I've read some
Green's
horrible
Avert's one of
stats,
these
the
things.
Avert stuff, by the way. I don't know if you've seen it all on Twitter today. Sorry, X.
Yeah, I have seen it.
All like the running stats and everything. He's covering
Yes.
far too much ground, and what that shows is he's having to come too deep to get the ball. And if he's coming that deep to get the ball, he's obviously lacking influence going forward. We need to get somebody, Wharton, in that
Some legs.
midfield that
I
can
wouldn't
just
think I'd
get
be
the
saying that
ball.
about your midfield, but you need legs.
We just need to have somebody that can get the ball and pass it forward to Verts. Not pass it.
Or Anderson, to be fair.
Anderson's got a Man City shirt on already, and he's already picked his number, so we'll just go with Wharton. But we'll see. Chris, what would you like to go for, mate? The Man United win or the draw?
I'll take the United win, please.
Bruno
Made
to
signed a
keep
new
creating.
contract.
He has.
Bruno to equal the assist record, I think it is.
He's pretty good, that
with,
Bruno, isn't
with Henry and De Bruyne. And yeah, I think that a point gives them guaranteed Champions League football next season as well.
It's something like that. But both of these, they're both like 5 or 8 points clear or something of sixth. It's done, isn't
Carrick
it? The
to
top
get the job,
five's done.
apparently.
I've
Although
read,
I've heard Iraiola's
yeah,
in the building. So
and I think
is there a big difference between Iraola and Carrick?
yes,
In what sense?
in that Carrick gives me. This is going to sound so offensive, and it's not meant to. Hopefully, this comes across as the positive it's meant to. I don't know how much of a good coach or a good manager. No, sorry, I don't know how much of a good coach Carrick is, but he definitely appears to be a good manager. He has got the players highly motivated and confident, and I think he's given them a freedom to go and express themselves. They don't seem particularly regimented. It just seems a little bit like when Ollie first come in. You've gone from
Okay,
being
but
quite
maybe he's doing
regimented
that.
to being let free, and that freedom
Maybe
is paying
he's
dividends.
yeah, maybe he's doing that though because he knows what it was like before.
Maybe, but when you look at Iraola, he's a fantastic coach. If you
For
if you
Bournemouth.
say, well, and for Bill oh well, not Bill. I don't know if he managed them actually. Sorry. Who did he manage before? Was it like Bilbao 2 or something or something?
Like that. So no one of any stature.
But if
Correct.
when at the with the Bournemouth, if I asked you, what is his style? What is Iraola's philosophy? You can
Yeah, we know
describe it.
that.
If I ask the same question about Carrick, again, I
Yeah, but
use
he's
Ole
been
Gunnar
dumped in
Solskjaer.
60% way through the season to try and rescue
Of
their season,
course,
which he
and
has
so
done.
it's not a criticism, but right now, you can tell me what Carrick's personality is like, what his footballing philosophy is, and you can tell me what Areola's is, and they're not the same. Actually, I'm not sure if
I
you
think
can
it's
tell
a
me what
bigger
Carrick's is.
risk getting rid of Carrick and getting Iraola in than it is the other way around.
I agree, but I think the ceiling is higher as with the information we have available today. The ceiling is higher with Iraola.
Debatable.
Is it? I think he's a better manager
Yeah.
at the minute. Based on what we've seen, evidence
For example,
suggests.
Potter from Brighton to Chelsea.
Agreed. But that's I would say that I wouldn't use that as the example only because it's Chelsea and it's a poison chalice. But he didn't exactly do brilliantly at
Those
West
the Man
Ham.
United job been for a long time.
Fair. I just think as a Liverpool fan,
It's
I
because
would
his name's
rather them
Iraola
have
and it's not
Carrick.
Carrick.
No, it's not.
That's-
I think it's I would rather them have Carrick. And that's not because he's a young up-and-coming English manager. It's because I rate Areola so
I
high.
genuinely think give him 2 years, see how he gets on next season with more games.
That's
get
fair.
a couple of players in, see how it goes.
And
I
that,
think that's a better choice.
but that's a
than getting
different
in an
argument,
unknown.
isn't it? Yeah, but what you're saying is you don't think there's much difference on them from a managerial perspective. What you're actually saying is
No,
you think
because
it's a
Carrick's
safer
proven himself
bet.
at United for the past 6
Agreed, but that
months.
doesn't mean that it compares well to. That's like saying, well, Klopp did really well for Liverpool, so he's as good as Ancelotti. Well, that's not
No,
how it
it's
works.
totally different.
But because one manager did well at a team doesn't mean another manager can't do equally as well or better
Correct.
at a team.
But when you've already got a
It's an
manager building that's
unknown.
doing a job.
Yeah, fair.
Anyway, I think we could argue about this all night. Let's move on.
I will go for the draw. I think this could end up just being an absolutely dull affair.
I say argue.
This might be one of the worst Liverpool Man United games in a while.
It's so
because
weird, isn't it? Because it's not been glossed up at all. And it usually has been.
Because no one's got anything to play for anymore.
Yeah, true.
That's what I speak to some United fans at work, and they don't care, and they're like, "Do you care?" And I'm like, "No, third, fourth, fifth, it doesn't matter. We're not
Let's just
first.
call
We're
it
not fighting
GG
for a
and say go
title."
0-0.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Are you going to risk? Is Isak going to sprint his life away, risk injury in a game that just doesn't mean much? Maybe he will,
nothing.
but we'll
It's a bit
see.
of a dead rubber, which is
Right, the next massive game, which kind of pairs nicely with the Arsenal game and the Palace game. It's Villa versus Spurs. You've got a team that has really nothing left to. Well, no, that's right. You've got a team that doesn't have anything to play for in the Premier League, so could put all their eggs into the Europa League basket. They should. Or you've got Spurs who are fighting for their lives and might be against a weakened Villa team here. Villa might and arguably should rest players in this game, and
true.
they shouldn't care if they lose. They're
True.
8 points clear of 6th. They're going to get top 5 football. Do they weaken their team against Spurs to protect, to go for Europa League glory? Chris,
They have to. They have to.
does that help Spurs, or are Villa's second team good enough?
Well, Spurs have been resting their team all season, and given their injuries that
Given like their whole team's injured, that's so harsh.
given how it's gone, I think up the Villa.
Still, you're still going Villa. Wow.
Mate, I want Spurs to go down so
I know you do. I know. Well, I want Spurs to stay up, and I think they will win this game because I think Villa will rest players. There is no way Morgan Rogers, Watkins, McGinn, none of those players are getting on the pitch. It will be Lindelof at the back. It's Cash ain't gonna play, Digne ain't gonna play, Martinez will probably play. I don't know much about Villa's second team, but Harvey Elliott won't play.
Villa would have been better off playing Palace this weekend, and then they could have just gone, let's just play under 21s.
We'll just agree to take it easy on each other. We're not going to take it. It would just be, you pass the ball to us, we'll pass it back. You pass the ball to us, we'll pass it back.
It would have been the worst game in the world.
Agreed. Darren, you get the draw. Thoughts?
Yeah. I think Spurs are going to win this. They're going to build on their win from last week. They remembered what it's like.
Though.
But they've looked better.
They did look better.
I mean, it's a low bar. Let's be honest.
Well,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a really low bar. But I mean, we could get all philosophical. But every journey starts with the first step.
Oh, God's sake! We're not starting to write quotes now. Come on.
Also, weird time, by the way. Look, these are Sunday games. 2, 3:30, 7. What's happening at 5 o'clock? Like, I'm glad this is at a different time to the other games because I kind of want to watch that one. I kind of want to watch that one. I don't think so. Unless it's like League 2 final matches or League 1. I know Championship is at 12:30, which is why we've got no 12:30 on Saturday. But 5, 6 o'clock on Sunday, what's going on? I've no idea. Weird time. Really weird time. I guess it's just going to be like Amazon have the game or something, or it'll just be a weird TV game. If Sky have got all 3 of these, I'm going to be fuming. Because why is it on at 7 o'clock?
Each time. Hey, we roll.
Right. Chelsea versus Forest. Again, we go back to the who's going to put what in what basket. Do Forest go all in? They absolutely should. Chelsea are rubbish. But I'm going to go for a Chelsea win because Forest, again... Forest are in a tough place because they're not safe yet. Right? They're pretty much safe. Because they had some cracking results. But if West Ham and Spurs win and Forest don't, that drags Forest back into it. And the Europa League is probably a distraction Forest don't want unless they win it, if you know what I mean. Like, it's a hindsight thing. If they win it, they'll give up the Premier League. Maybe they'd give up being in the Premier League to be in the Champions League. But that's a hindsight thing, and you almost want to know if you're going to win it before deciding if you put all your eggs in the Premier League basket. I don't know if they can try and stay in the Premier League and win games and try and win the Europa League. So I'm going for Chelsea, and I don't think it'll be pretty, but they'll win. Also, this game is on Monday at 3:00 because I guess it's Easter, not Easter, it's May Day.
Bank holiday Monday.
And a 3:00 game on a Monday is weird. Darren, which one would you like, mate?
I'll have a draw, please.
You horrible man.
Up the forest, up the trees.
The trees. Didn't the trees with...
Vitor
Loving the trees at the
Pereira.
moment.
I
Yeah,
am, mate.
but Morgan
left the
Gibbs
trees
White
more than
won't
Spurs.
play. But Morgan Gibbs White won't play, will he? Anderson won't play. Or no, again, sorry, shouldn't play.
Okay, Chelsea are awful. Forest could
They
do
are.
them with their under 10s, I think.
There's a bit of me that hopes you're right, but I still want Forest to go down, so I hope you're wrong.
Oh, right. After this season's over, I'm back on hating Forest, by the way.
Only because Spurs are down there.
Fair. Right, last game of the weekend, Monday night, Everton against Man City. So we asked the same question. Darren, as I asked Chris, are Everton going to decide, or at least impact, this title race decider?
No. I think Man City are going to have too much for them. Once again, they need to win. They'll go all out.
They do need to win.
Although they've got a lot of games coming up in...
They've got a
4
very
games
tough run.
in 12 days.
Not
I think it's
Premier
11,
League
mate. I
when
think it's
we're
4
not
in
fixturing.
11.
But they've got a strong squad, so...
They have, but again,
rotate.
they don't use them.
No,
You look at like how many minutes Haaland's got. How many minutes has Tijani Reinders got? How many minutes has Foden had? Savinho.
Does Foden need to move? That's the question. Because he's clearly out of favour.
And he's
Yeah,
out of
it's not-
form. That's the problem. He got given a chance, didn't he? Was it the last City game? And he was awful.
It was.
He did nothing.
During the winter, wasn't he? He was doing all right.
He had a real good purple patch earlier in the season, but has done basically nothing since the start of the season.
I personally think he needs to do a Cole Palmer move.
So the problem is, even if he stays, I mean, I was just thinking, is it if Pep goes, does he stay? But where's his minutes going to come from? He's not going to play ahead of Semenyo or Doku, and he's not going to play ahead of Shirky. So he probably does. Or unless his option, and I don't think City would do this, but could he do what Bernardo Silva has done and be, as you know, Bernardo Silva was an attacking midfielder that dropped deeper as he got older. Foden could transition into that role earlier, a bit more, rather than having a double pivot, or maybe he could move into that double pivot with Rodri or Anderson, whoever. Could he do that?
we'll
And
see.
I don't know if he's got the build for it. He's quite slight. I say that as a fellow slight man.
So's Bernardo. He's bloody tiny.
He is, but I think he's got the experience that can carry him. And Foden reminds me of players that need to have a run of games to get the confidence to then be brilliant. Silva, you're getting a 7 out of 10 every game, no matter what. You put him as right back, left back, forward. It doesn't matter. You're going to get at least a 7 out of 10 every game. I'm surprised they're letting him leave, if I'm honest. Chris, what would you like? So the question is, for you, how are Everton going to ruin City's day? Is it just going to be a point, or is it going to be all three?
I genuinely don't think Moyes has ever beat Pep, so I'll take the draw, please.
There. And I get to go for Everton, which I don't think it's going to happen. But it could. Everton have had really good moments. Again, look at the Liverpool game. Everton had moments where they could have got goals, could have done better, could have got a draw, obviously. but Man City are a different beast. The trouble for Man City is they have to win, so which means they have to score, and they are vulnerable to the counter attack. That's what Everton are, and
they're not the City
Moyes.
of old.
And
Defense is not solid.
again, we go back to talking about philosophies and managers. If I ask you what David Moyes' philosophy is it not sitting back and counter attacking? This could be the perfect game for David Moyes. Man City have to go forward, especially if it's like 0-0 at the 60th minute. The pressure on City.
So I don't forget.
Yeah, I don't know the Arsenal thought by then. So
Yeah, so the pressure that could be on City in this game is nuts. But there you go. Our results. Where are you putting your guarantees?
Villa.
oh,
Uh,
I'm putting.
it's wild, given that Villa aren't going to play their best team. That's so wild.
It's so
Leeds.
biased though. It's biased.
I'm going Chelsea against Forest. Daz, you're going Leeds
Got the
against
truth.
Burnley. There we go. Thanks for watching.
Dirty Leeds.
Subscribe, like, do all that wonderful stuff. We'll see you in the next
Peace.
one. Peace.